play around in this simulation. Since we were born, since the moment we were born in a hospital, they've been teaching us how we're supposed to grow up. Go to school, they teach you these rules. You can see it since how your parents raised you because of how their parents raised them. We've all been raised in a form that says good about our parents. Yeah, we're not mentally stable, we're not mentally right because of how we were raised. Oh, but we behave good. We're silent. We don't get on top of tables. We don't play around. We don't yell. We don't scream. We don't laugh too loud. We don't do all this. We don't do all that. Yeah, we follow the rules. At what cost? You stop being unique. You start being a follower. You lose your creativity. And people keep and teaching you since you're even an adult to not dream too big, to be realistic. Why are you going to trust and why are you going to listen to someone that tells you to dream realistically if you're not even in somewhere that is even real? We all know this is a simulation. The matrix is inside of your head. You're the one that decides if you want to step out of it or if you just want to be ignorant and stay in it as long as you are faking this happiness and this security just because you're so scared of the truth. Why are you scared of the truth? Who taught you to be scared of the truth? The system. Governments are ran by the top, false god. Then by the government, we are being slaves. So do you want to stay in that 3D box? Or do you truly want to play around since you're already here? Play around in this simulation because anything is possible. And you know what? That phrase is so real. There's so many people that are always talking in a lacking frequency. This frequency that only attracts more things to complain about. So complain, complain, and complain, and you're just gonna keep attracting things to be complaining about. That's gonna be the reality you choose to live in this simulation. So as you already know, this is a simulation, this is all false. What do you want it to be? You know you are a creator. That false God doesn't want you to realize this because then you're going to realize that we are being ran by this and that it's not really all that. It really is not. You have the divine light inside of you, and you are the one that's going to decide if you want to change your life today. And how is that? You could start off simple and easy frequencies. What are you going to vibrate on? Lack? Keep saying that you're poor, keep saying that you're broke, keep saying that you have no money, keep complaining about bills, keep complaining about everything that has to do with anything of that. And believe me, you're going to attract it way more into your life. You're going to start seeing more things that you want to complain about. I mean, this simulation is seeing that you love complaining. I mean, you love it. You go to your 9 to 5 job anyways. You keep listening to their false rules anyways. This takes me back to the poor mindset. Many of us had the good knowledge and we were the ones that decided to change. You're the one that decides if you want your reality to change. Stop stop believing the government. I mean, why are you still believing the system? None of that is true. How do you have Wi-Fi right now? How are you seeing me through this phone? Do you realize what a phone is? Do you realize what a phone is? Truly think about it. How are you seeing me right now and how are you hearing me right now if I'm basically in the past? I already recorded this video, posted it, and you're seeing it later on. You're seeing someone talking in the past right now. In this little box that has a black reflection of you and connects to your Wi-Fi. What is Wi-Fi? Energy, radiation. What do you think this phone is? Oh, magic is not real. What are you holding in your hand right now? What are you watching on TV right now or on your computer? Oh, but it's, man, just stop being ignorant and accept reality as what it is. Being in a fantasy world is being in a world where you don't want to believe what you are seeing with your own eyes. Honestly, because at this point they're making it so obvious. The rich mindset, attracting good. You're doing whatever you're doing, but you're being so grateful about it. And what I mean grateful is that you are enjoying that yourself. That you yourself, I'm like, I am so happy today. I am so happy that I'm able to catch this sunlight today. I'm so happy that I'm able to drive my car today. You know what? I'm gonna go to the park just to play around in this simulation. I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna go to Walmart, I'm just gonna look at people, see how they act. I'm gonna say something out of the blue. Play around with this simulation. Stop taking it so serious, man. Stop taking it so serious. Why are you taking it so serious? We do have emotions, but that is the human body. It's not us. That's the humans, not us. That's the body, not us. We are not the ones feeling sad. We are not the ones feeling mad. We're not the ones feeling stressed. That's the what the simulation has been teaching you since you were little, throughout your parents, so that you stay stuck in the enslavement cycle. So you were taught to be quiet, not yell too loud. Don't laugh too loud. We're in public. Says whom? Why can we not express ourselves? Doesn't it click to you that it's kind of weird if your religion doesn't allow you to know more knowledge? I mean, if your gut is telling you something, that something is wrong. If you're getting these enlightenments, discernment that something is off, or you even get answers to what someone is saying, and you're like, wait, no, it's this. You see it from another perspective. That is you. That is you speaking to you. That divine light that you have in yourself, not your body, that is you. And many people think you need to read 30,000 books. That's amazing for the simulation because you get knowledge. Depending on what you read, of course, it's good. But really, you know the answers. You just don't want to accept it. You already know the answers to whatever questions you have. You just truly have to listen, have the discernment, and trust yourself. Because when you are trusting yourself, you are trusting that divine light, that source, that energy. When you are trusting yourself, when you are loving yourself, you are loving source, that powerful energy, not the false God that they're talking about in the Bible. And if you truly realize and you allow your true source to guide you as you're reading it, you realize what Jesus was trying to tell you. Jesus was talking about his Father not being the one that they thought they were following, to the one they were praying. That was not his Father. The God that he talks about is not the God they've put into our heads since we are little. That is the most system matrix place ever. Once you go back to a church with your open eyes, you're gonna learn even more that you know what? That is so true. They want to have you like a slave. They want you to be obedient. They want you to do this and that. But when you realize that the source is inside of you, the temple is inside of you, that church is inside of you, you start recognizing the false, yes, you start recognizing the falsification, and you start recognizing why Jesus always fight it with the pastors. I mean, they say follow Jesus. That's what you're supposed to do. You think Jesus would be in a church? He would go around speaking the truth. He tried to work us up from that system. And yes, it is pretty hard because look at our age. Since when have they been teaching us this? It's never too late though. You just have to truly accept the reality and stop living in a fantasy world where they tell you everything's going to come back in 3D when it's not. It's right here, the inside, not this body, the one that connects. That. Obviously, telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. Why do they want to control us? Why? You can't control a divine being that remembers what it is, but can manipulate two confused humans who are broken. So, why do you think in Christianity you are told that you're dirty, broken, sinful, and flawed, and need God? What is that? What does that truly click to you? Telling you to serve Him. You see that? That's the system. Him making everything patriarchy, the him. Follow and obey the him. Go to a church and you're gonna see how much they shame on a woman. Do you really think that's normal? I don't think so. Make them serve him in fear. Basically slaves. And I've always told myself, what do you mean you are just going to church because you are scared? Scared of what? And why are you only following something just because you're scared? Isn't that hypocrite? Isn't that a bit hypocrite? You're only there because you're scared. How is that true? How is that truly coming from your heart if you're only there because you're scared? And served him in fear and slavery. Adam and Eve, they as well got trapped in the body. We fell, or we were tricked into matter, into bodies forgetting who we are, stuck on earth paying rent. That the biggest trick that the devil played on us was making us believe that he was God. And that makes so much sense. If you truly read the Bible with open eyes, without any religion in it, you're truly going to see that yes, it truly tells you there. But that power is still in you. Start to wake up, look within, and you can remember you can reclaim it. And that just means opening your eyes to this falsification, to that false one that they claim to be. God caused knowledge to be brought to Adam and those with him so that the king of chaos and Hades might not rule over them. When Jesus says God here, he means the true God, the source. That knowledge came from true God. That's why the serpent said that when you eat from the knowledge, you'll become like God. Because you'll know and you'll remember that you are a piece of the infinite light. So, of course, knowledge makes you dangerous to forces of ignorance. Of course, knowing knowledge and being smart and not just following everything that someone tells you because you choose to be ignorant and not go search for yourself or believe yourself because you already have questioned yourself. If you're looking at this video right now, you're seeing this video right now because you already have questions. Well, believe in yourself. And if you have questions, and if you're questioning something, truly recognize why you're questioning it. So, of course, they don't want you to be smart. And that's why they say that knowledge is, oh, it immediately sends you to hell. Hell does not even exist, you guys. This is fear brought onto you, just like in the news, just like it everywhere in this system. They put fear into you because that is the lowest vibration you could be on. So imagine you just look like a hypocrite. Honest. I mean, eventually this is all gonna fall apart for them. But they don't want that to happen. So it's obviously gonna get darker as soon as we're getting close to that time coming of when we all start waking up. I mean, either you're gonna wake up now because you choose to, or you're gonna have to wake up like this. And it's gonna hit you pretty hard. They'll sleep around in my name, murder their children, commit evil, bring in the generations, and present them to the false God. They will all serve the false God, sinning in my name. Talking about people who act in his name, use his name to justify violence. Witch burnings, I mean, there's so many things. I mean, go to a church right now, try to speak about the truth. You're gonna get offed. You're gonna get kicked out. You're gonna get judged. Does it truly matter if you get judged? Does it truly everything that they cover up? And I'm pretty sure you have a story. I mean, they'll even sleep in my name. I mean, what do you think that says? They'll even sleep in my name. Drop it in the comments. So you basically have to decode what Jesus was trying to tell us in this myth. And I think it's pretty clear. You just have to trust what your vision is telling you. Tomorrow they'll torture the one who bears me. Not they'll torture me, but they'll torture the one who bears me, his body. Jesus separates himself from his body. Truly I say to you, no hand of a mortal human will fall upon me. Real Jesus is immortal, obviously. I mean, Jesus only came to earth, you know, materialized in earth to be able to help us. You can truly find what they say salvation, which what I call is true knowledge, is by Jesus, not religion, Jesus. But what he truly was trying to tell us, you have to truly decode it. And it's pretty easy because it's pretty obvious. You just have to unlearn a lot of things. And it's not your fault. You just simply got fooled. Most of us were fooled, you know? Most of us are barely waking up to this. Some people were already woken up and have been trying to teach us, but we're barely understanding. And that's good. They will be defeated. The illusion erased. What raises instead? The fruit of the great generation. Hear this out. Generation of Adam isn't physical bloodlines. It's about those who carry the divine spark. The ones who remember who they truly are. The awakened souls who see through the lie and reclaim the light. Not waiting for a savior, but realizing the savior is you. Like always, you are the one that truly wants to change or not. Like if you cannot go to a therapist if you truly don't want to help yourself out. A symbolistic story about us. So it's about blind obedience. Organized religion in the name of Jesus. Calling out the whole system. I mean, that's basically calling out the whole system a lie. And that's what it is. That you are a being of light, trapped in flesh, buried in matter, and ruled over by false powers that want you to forget who you are. Salvation doesn't come from obeying, but from remembering what you are. From the same source Jesus came from. Judas betraying Jesus is symbolistic to the church betraying you, the system betraying you. I mean, truly reclaim your light. And truly, that just means opening your eyes to the lie and accepting it because it's hard to accept it. And mostly at a certain age, if you are already pretty deep into this, which I do not blame, I mean, I think it's really a process for a lot of us. Um, since we've been little, they've been telling us not to speak too loud, not to chew too loud, not to have opinions, to be quiet, to sit down straight. Who are we trying to look good for? Who do we have to behave good for? Truly, this all makes sense when you realize that it's the system. Why do they create all of these laws? Because they want to keep you trapped in your own little box. And you better not step out of that little box and be too creative because they will shut you down. Or because you cannot go do this and that. That's illegal. Is it though? That's their system. I mean, I would love to hear your opinions on the comments, but this is what it is. If you clicked on this video, honestly, you already had your own doubts. You just wanted to have something that makes you want to accept it. But truly accept it. You recognize the lie. You could see through the lies. And that's that source in you that's trying to wake you up to realize what you are. And what Jesus truly came here to teach us was not to follow, obey, do all this, all that, but to recognize where we are, why we're here, and how to get out of it, or how to live with it. By living with it doesn't mean, oh, I just gotta accept it and forget about it. It means You create what you want it to be. And that's why I spoke about the frequencies. What do you want to create about this false simulation life? You want to make it worse? Complain every day? I don't think you want that. And that's why many people younger than you have supercars, mansions, all this, all that. They realized early that this is all a false. This is all a simulation. And that for now that they're here, they could play with it. Honestly, it is what it is. Thank you for watching. I love you.